muted? Fixed? Good. Yeah, the reverse cam is still not working. I'm not sure why. What up, C-Maz?
Some are seeing more of another apex predator, the grizzly bear. For more than a century, basically since settlers colonized these lands, sightings of these animals have been vanishingly rare, almost the stuff of myth. But now these creatures seem to be returning. University of Saskatchewan grizzly researcher Douglas Clark has an eye on the big brown bears.
I don't mind going out on a limb and saying I'd be stunned if they're not breeding in Manitoba by now, given how far into the province and how spread over a very, very large geographic area these observations are. I could be wrong for sure, but I would bet that they are. If not already, they very probably will be soon.
Grizzlies and what's driving this? Is it climate change or something else? And if this continues, how comfortable are people going to be living with these big, toothy animals, maybe not far from their communities? One thing that's important to know is that these animals aren't exactly new to this landscape. Archaeological remains suggest they were here for thousands of years before Europeans arrived. Wrote in 1776 about seeing skins from, quote, a small number of panthers.
Who's here?
But by the 1900s,
Hello?
both grizzlies and cougars were basically absent from the Canadian prairies, and you won't be surprised to hear why.
In a nutshell, human persecution. They're a large, scary animal.
In a nutshell.
Occasionally we'll take a domestic animal, like a sheep or a calf, perhaps even a horse on occasion, and the early settlers persecuted them, shot them, trapped them. So they were persecuted by humans to the point of extirpation, really.
Extirpation is when a species is forced out of a traditional habitat, a local extinction.
Fairfax.
And for more than a century, that seemed to be the story with these big predators. But the story has a new chapter, one partly written by Bill Watkins, a retired conservation zoologist.
In the first part of the 2000s, we would get a confirmed cougar every few years. But from 2010 on, we started getting confirmed reports every single year, but only at the level of 2, or the high point was 3.
Bill just retired after a few decades with the Provincial Wildlife and Fisheries Branch. He looks the part too. Grizzled beard, sun-bleached hat with a symbol imprint of a cougar's paw on the front. He's been Manitoba's cougar detective since the early 2000s, watching with fascination as cougars have appeared around the southwest of the province, its borders with Saskatchewan and North Dakota.
Now, to date, we've had 46 confirmed sightings of cougar in Manitoba, and 38 of those have occurred in an arc in western Manitoba from the Turtle Mountains up through Spruce Woods, Riding Mountain National Park, Duck Mountains, and of course the Porcupine Hills. So that is a good area for cougar in that it's lightly populated. There's large areas of natural habitat.
In addition, 2020, a banner year.
We had 9, and in 2021 we had 6. So we jumped from 3 every couple of years to having 9 one year and 6 the next year. So it certainly looks like something is happening on the landscape.
Do you think that they are breeding here and it's just that we haven't seen them because they got so much vast expansive areas to hide?
That is a tough question, and I guess biologists probably should not speculate. But
you're retired.
Since I'm retired, I can, and yes, I would not be surprised if there has been some breeding in Manitoba already that we just have not been able to detect because they're found in these remote areas with very few people.
Yes, Doge.
Yeah, no,
On this sunny spring day in 2022, Bill was visiting a collaborator outside the cougar enclosure at the Assiniboine Park Zoo.
The cougar that we have here her name is Tika.
And his name is Dr. Stefan Peterson, Director of Conservation and Research at the zoo in Winnipeg.
She is actually from Alberta, so came from a wildlife rehab center in Alberta. She wasn't releasable for the safety of her and for people, so she's came to live with us, and yeah, we love having her here.
In the presence of admirers, Tika's feeling vocal today.
Bill's had this interest in the cougars, and we've been developing a genetics lab within the zoo. So it was just kind of a happy marriage of skills and interests to try and figure out, using genetics, where cougars that are in the province might be coming from.
The cougars that are re-emerging in Manitoba, where are they coming from?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So the cougars, for the most part that we've gotten so far, are most genetically similar to the ones from North Dakota.
And researchers know this from the very rare occasions when they get access to an accidentally killed animal.
Well, I was probably, I don't know, I'm going to say 30 yards away from it, and I thought, well, okay, I got another timber wolf. And then I got a little closer, and I just kind of said to myself, well, what have I caught now?
71-year-old Jerry Sherman, a trapper for most of his life in western Manitoba. While checking his trap line New Year's Eve 2015 in Duck Mountains Provincial Forest, an unpleasant surprise in his snare.
I had this cougar in it. I didn't even realize there was cougars up there. I never paid much attention to them. I'm going to say I felt sick because of what I caught. Now, I really don't like to catch something that I don't set a trap for. If it's a protected species, I really don't want to bother that animal because it's protected for a reason.
DNA analysis of the cougar Jerry Sherman caught and other accidental kills like it allows Stefan and Bill to say with confidence that most, but not all, cougars in Manitoba are coming from across the southern border from North Dakota.
In 1978, South Dakota declared cougars an endangered species and put them under their highest level of protection. So over the next few years, the cougar population grew, and ultimately, by the early 90s, there were populations that were established both north and south of South Dakota, so in Nebraska and in North Dakota. Now, both of those populations are also spawning animals that disperse once they leave their mothers, and are hopefully going to establish populations in other jurisdictions.
In the late 1990s, cougars also start popping up in the west of Manitoba in Canada, in the Cypress Hills region near the Alberta-Saskatchewan border.
And over the next number of years, those animals, using a process that we call stepping stone recolonization, established 3 populations of cougars across the sort of middle north country of Saskatchewan, and 1 in the southeast.
In 2020,
Hi, Lauren. Don't let me hit you, old man. I just asked permission to park this thing in front of this guy's house. This old guy is gonna get entertained and confused. I don't have for whatever reason, I don't have a rear camera. It's not letting me go to it, so you guys are SOL on the rear camera. I do need my gloves. And I'm always afraid my car door is gonna lock, even though it never does. But if I leave my keys in here and the windows are all down, up, I always undo that one. You ready for the rain? It's all gonna be gone. It's all gonna be gone. Well, and we're getting enough rain in 5-6 days. I don't know, it'll be pretty close. Then it'll all freeze again.
Down to when you've only started winter.
I know.
So do you do a lot of this?
Well, when it snows, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when it snows.
Are you on contracts or what?
Yeah, I have a bunch of those, but then I go and do stuff like this. People call me all the time. People are always calling me.
So you overloaded?
Oh yeah. Like a small snowfall, it's nice. Like a normal snowfall, I'm not breaking stuff. And like this past couple weeks there with the ice, just been breaking stuff left, right, and center. Oh, like this little guy here, I've literally gone through like 6 in the last few days. Really? Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's why I got that spade there. A lot of them aren't. It's hard to I can relate a little bit. It's hard to know because typically, yeah, 5 cents. It really depends on the person. But a lot of my people are retired and they're up at 6, just looking out at the window. But it's the way it works typically is if it's gonna snow for like 8 hours, we try and time it towards the end so that I don't have to come twice. You know what I mean? Because if I do it early, even if we're getting, if we're getting 25 centimeters coming back, but try and time it towards the end, and then you gotta come back to the plow. But this one's been an interesting one because the plows are just nonstop. So like I cleaned a bunch yesterday, and then today I got a message this morning and the end of the driveway's a mess. And I was surprised because last night, you know, it was warming up and the snow was done, and so it's been a long couple of days. So I wasn't really aware that some of the driveways were had been plowed. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's from yesterday, right? He didn't come yesterday. Really? Well, I can give you my number, my phone number. The way I do it is I have contracts, but they only take me on a normal snowfall. They'll take me like an hour or two, and then I post an ad on Facebook, and people it's off the hook. Like it's freaking crazy. I got ladies calling me crying because they can't get out of the driveway. They've been trying for 2 hours. They're not going to work, and the whole nine. So yeah, I can give you my phone number. No doubt. Yeah. So I can give you my phone number and on the big days, or you know, if your guy. Yeah, for sure. But if you're in a pinch, sure. Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, I can give you my phone number, and if you're in a pinch ever, like whatever. What's that for this? Oh yeah. Most like I said, I've got my contracts per visit. Yeah, every time I come there, I charge $30. Yeah, anytime really. Like I'm out. You know, if it's snowing, I'm pretty much out. Yeah, I've driven by a bunch of them today that aren't done. Like I said, I even dropped the ball this morning. Oh, him? Well, it's a property management company that I work with. Yeah, well, it's a property management company. I think they're but it's like a separate. So I know this is vacant, and I know that it's being managed by a company. More than likely, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty, because if there was somebody living here, they would have had me do this before. Oh, really? So it hasn't been done at all this year? Okay. Right, so it hasn't been, yeah, okay, so there's going to be a layer of ice under there. That's how it goes. It's like, you know, a normal snowfall, 30, I'm in and out in 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever. But when it's like, I've had a couple call me and they haven't had it done at all this year. So the first snowfall we had, and then the ice, and then more snowfall, so it was just, I couldn't even move close. You need a truck. You know? Oh yeah. Yeah, it loses 50% of its power if one of those goes. Yep, you want me to come up right now and give it to you, or before? Yeah, I can come up. Yeah. Whenever you want. So I got a little story on this place. There was an Asian man that just was living there and packed his stuff up and just left. So it hasn't been done since before Christmas, so there should be some layers of ice. It's going to be a doozy, but it's a property management company, so I'm going to build them a bit more. guys want a different angle? That's funny, C-Man. It's all good, brother. It's all good, brother. Jersey. Coming it low. 3%. Hold up. It's in the ski mask. You haven't had any snow? Wow. Okay. Plug back in, but I don't know for how long. We're not going to be here much longer anyways. Okay. Now we just clean up. That's cleared. It's all gonna melt in the next couple days anyway. Okay, clean up the front of the garage. Okay. I think that's good. Okay, now we can run the blower and clean up the end of the driveway. Okay. Oh. Okie dokie. What's up, Jenny? I don't have a reverse cam, I'm not sure why, so what's up, Manette? What's her name here? Okay, that was a challenging one just because it hadn't been done since Christmas. So that's 2 snowfalls of accumulation on that bad boy. I need some water. Yeah, my reverse camera's not working, I'm not sure why. Anyways, it's warm, it's like 8 degrees right now. So I left it a little sloppy, but it'll melt in like a couple hours, and it's vacant anyways, so I'm hungry. Oh, give me a break. Yeah, it's 8 degrees right now, which is crazy. Which is freaking crazy, my guy. Okay, I believe that's all I have. Whoa. Sorry, lady. Celsius is, I don't know, like 40, 41 or something. Oh yeah, you can for sure wear a t-shirt. What is 8 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit? 40? Low 40s? Very unseasonably warm. I mean, it's gonna be the first week of January. Everything should be like frozen. Like I should be on the ice fishing this week. No, it's going to be like this for the next like 5 or 6 days. All this snow, it's going to rain a lot. A lot of this snow will be gone. Most, if not all, the snow will be gone. Can we go to Wendy's? Can we go to Wendy's? That's really all I have for today. It was a few cleanups on my contracts, and then that one. But I mean, that's $40. You work for it, dude. I'm fast too, though. I'm pretty fast. Like I go. So I would say, on average, you would expect to be there another 10-15 minutes than what I just did. done before dark? Yeah, rare. I think that's actually one of the first times that we're done before dark. I did 2 ends of the driveway and an apartment. What's up, booty? Oh, we can't even do Wendy's. You guys can't see me. We can't even do a mukbang, dude. I can't turn my camera. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. Yeah, that's no fun though. Then I gotta like make sure it's a good angle by looking on the other side of the phone. Weak. That's okay. Go home and have a shower. I'd like to play some video games today. I've got some stuff to do at home, and I wouldn't mind playing some video games today and just fucking relaxing. It's been a busy Christmas, dude. A very busy Christmas. $20 wings is a lot. Seems like a lot, Zoa.
Nobody noticed. No.
Oh, we're gonna be just in time for the 3 o'clock news. I am soaking wet, dude. That was sweaty. I didn't shower either. I didn't put deodorant on, and I smelled when I woke up this morning. I did a sniff test, and I smelled like BO this morning, so I'm gonna be really ripe underneath these clothes, especially because I just sweat so much. I need a shower. Yeah. I must have had some bad dreams last night making me sweat. Can I bring Frosty over for a recap? It never works. Oh, I got this stinking. Okay, we're gonna have to go in. I always forget about this friggin' trailer, dude. There may not even be parking for me. This might be awkward. I may have to go home. I love Wendy's, dude. I fucking love it. guys are at 17% battery. I think we'll make it. Look at all the water just dripping off. Do I want a bacon deluxe or spicy? Or you want to just go with a friggin' Dave single, dude? I always get the bacon deluxe. I do like the onion. Hey boss, can I do number 4 with no tomato? And yeah, number 4 no tomato. Coke.
Anything else?
No, on debit.
For here it goes.
To go please.
15 cents. Go ahead. Double cheese combo. Here with your son.
Is that me? Can I get ketchup? I thank you kindly. Enjoy your day. Okay, I'm not sure how this is gonna work. You guys might have to just... I have no idea what you can see. I assume you can see me. Fry anyone? They're fresh. Is that angle okay? Good. Oh.
Soccer legend so big he only needed one name.
News time.
Pele. Born Edson Arantes do Nascimento in 1940, nicknamed Pele as a child.
So lethal, Pele.
Pele scored nearly a goal per game in a career that spanned 3 decades, winning the World Cup with Brazil a record 3 times, inspiring football players around the world and across generations. Tommy Wheeldon Jr. coaches Calgary's Cavalry FC.
He set a great precedent for what world class truly looks like, and I think everybody else has tried to live up to that since then.
As soccer's first superstar of the television era, Pele's true legacy may be showcasing the beautiful game all around the world. Aaron Collins, CBC News, Calgary.
Russia fired dozens of missiles at cities across Ukraine in one of the largest attacks in weeks. Most of them were intercepted, but not all.
Это не война, это преступление перед человечеством.
Leonid Padkurin says this is not war. It is a crime against humanity. The resident of Kyiv survived one of the strikes, which left his home in ruins. Ukraine's Air Force says the large-scale attack had been aimed at energy infrastructure across the country. 40% of Kyiv had been left without power. Now, the mayor of Lviv in the west of the country says 90% of the city lost electricity. Russian attacks in recent weeks have caused power cuts to millions of Ukrainian residents. Benjamin Netanyahu has been sworn in as Prime Minister of Israel, along with his new cabinet. This is his 6th term in office. He replaces Yair Lapid, who was serving as caretaker Prime Minister after the last coalition government fell apart. Netanyahu will lead a new coalition government, which includes some far-right and religiously conservative parties. And Brazilian police have arrested 4 people who tried to storm police headquarters in the capital city of Brasilia earlier this month. They are all supporters of former President Jair Bolsonaro, who believes this year's election was rigged. Police are also looking for more than 20 others who set fire to cars and buses during the attack. The winner, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, will be sworn into office on Sunday. 8 teenage girls charged with second-degree murder made a court appearance this morning.
Crazy.
They're accused of swarming and fatally stabbing a 59-year-old homeless man in Toronto earlier this month. Ithel Musa was in the courtroom.
7 of the teenaged girls aged between 13 and 16 appeared in court today virtually. They are alleged to have beaten and stabbed a man outside a shelter in downtown Toronto in the week before Christmas. A friend of the victim says the girls tried to steal her liquor bottle. When her friend intervened, they attacked him. The 7 teens were told their bail hearing would happen next week, and until then, they will remain in custody. An 8th girl appeared in court in person, brought in handcuffs. She was granted bail, but will have to abide by a host of strict conditions, including not leaving her home without her surety, not using a cell phone, not associating with her co-accused, and not leaving the province. None of the girls can be named under the Youth Criminal Justice Act. Ithel Musa, CBC News, Toronto.
The federal government is providing $6.9 million in one-time funding to the city of Windsor. It's to help cover the cost of dealing with last year's 6-day blockade of the Ambassador Bridge. Now, the city picked up that tab and has been asking Ottawa for reimbursement. Normally, about $400 million in both imports and exports cross the Ambassador Bridge every day. And that is the World this hour. For CBC News, I'm Khalil Hassan Ali.
Aggie Pacheco sitting in for Alan Neal, and this is All in a Day. Today on the program, if you're looking out your window and wondering, how can I better prepare for the next mess of weather? We're going to introduce you to a beekeeper who says his honeybees can put you one step ahead of the weather. That's right, taking the sting out of your winter storm prep. And how one woman turned to Instagram to find new homes for used books, and how a surprise twist turned that into a farm animal rescue. We'll hear all about how Liz Wheeler turned big ideas into a micro sanctuary. Plus, we're going to bring you the latest updates from the World Junior Championships. All of that and more coming up on All in a Day. But first, let's go to Lawrence Wall in our newsroom with the news of the day. Lawrence.
Omar, 8 teenage girls will be back in court next month to face charges of second-degree murder in the death of a homeless man in Toronto. Police say the 3 13-year-olds, 3 14-year-olds, and 2 16-year-olds allegedly swarmed and stabbed the 59-year-old man earlier this month. The Ottawa area is forecast to get some significant rainfall over the next few days. Environment Canada says up to 30 millimeters of rain could fall by Sunday. The federal government, as you heard on the news, is giving the city of Windsor up to $7 million to help defray the cost of dealing with the blockade of the Ambassador Bridge earlier this year. But so far, the city of Ottawa is still waiting on its request for $37 million in costs for the blockade that paralyzed the downtown for weeks. Advocates say more needs to be done to improve cell and internet service in rural Ontario as a way to reduce intimate partner violence. That was one recommendation from an inquest 6 months ago into the murders of 3 women in Renfrew County. And the legendary Canadian folk singer Ian Tyson has died.
Well, maybe they had no access to internet to call for help or something? That seems wild. Alright, chat. I'm done. That mukbang was sick. Freaking love Wendy's, dude. Never disappoints. Alright. Keep your eyes peeled, chat. The next time you see this city, it won't be snowy like this. The snow will have likely dissipated. I just gotta back my way out of here. And away we go. Alright, chat, thank you very much for participating in today's snow removal. I thought I just had a couple ends of the driveways, but it turned out to be more, so I went live. And you can find me on one of the other channels, probably Landon Tells later, maybe. If I feel like it, playing games. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that watches. It helps us build watch time for when we hit 1,000 subscribers. I would like to have the watch time criteria already met. Typically channels reach 1,000 subs. All my channels ever have always reached 1,000 subs before I got the watch time. I think we're at like 400 or 500 hours of watch time, so like, we're really not even a quarter of the way there. So your viewership is much appreciated, and the subscribers will eventually come. If I start posting videos and whatnot, subscribers will come. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you later, probably playing games. Terrible, something terrible. Yeah, hit the like button if you want. Subscribe, post notifications. We'll be live next snowfall. We'll be live on this channel for any ice fishing related content. And yeah, there'll be a lot more live streams. I have 90 gigs for the month, every month, so, and they're kind of offset, so if I run out of one, then I switch. So enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, and